Hi. For my project, I'm talking about what some well-known serial killers were actually diagnosed with by real court psychiatrists. There is a lot of misinformation online about mental illness and crime, so I wanted to stick to verified psychiatric evaluations and forensic records. I'm also going to connect this to two biblical themes of human nature. I've also created a game where you guess the serial killer's diagnosis. When you look up serial killers online, you see all kinds of random opinions. People saying stuff like, oh, he was definitely a psychopath, or he had to be schizophrenic. But honestly, most of that is just people guessing. The truth is, only a few serial killers were actually diagnosed by real psychiatrists. So in this presentation, I'm only using information from actual court evaluations, forensic reports, and legit academic sources. Before I talk more on this topic, I'd like to say that most people with mental illnesses are not violent. A diagnosis does not make someone a killer, and serial killers are extreme, rare exceptions. The purpose of this project is to identify mood and personality disorders, not stereotype mental illness. Borderline personality disorder is a personality disorder where a person has unstable emotions, relationships, and self image. Self harm and intense mood swings are two symptoms. Schizotypal personality disorder is a personality disorder involving odd thinking, strange behavior, and social anxiety. Some symptoms are this are unusual perceptions, paranoia, and strange speech. Antisocial personality disorder is a personality disorder where a person repeatedly violates the rights of others and shows no remorse. A couple symptoms of this are aggression, irresponsibility, and blaming others for their actions. Obsessive compulsive personality disorder traits is a perfectionistic and control focused personality style. Workaholic tendencies, difficulty being flexible, and strict rules are a few symptoms. Paraphilic disorder is the urge to cause distress or harm to someone who cannot give consent. Necrophilic disorder is a type of paraphilia where the person is attracted to non living individuals. Some symptoms of this are continued behaviors knowing they are wrong and having constant fantasies involving non living individuals. Narcissistic personality disorder is a personality disorder involving a strong need for admiration. Symptoms of this are feeling special, being jealous, and taking advantage of others. Schizophrenia is a psychotic disorder involving delusions, hallucinations, and disorganized thinking. Flat emotions and memory problems are some symptoms. Psychopathy is a pattern of extreme manipulation and lack of empathy. Feeling no remorse, constant lying, and blaming others are a few symptoms. Now let's play a game. There will be a picture of a well known serial killer and their symptoms. It's up to you to correctly identify their mood or personality disorder. Jeffrey Dahmer actually was diagnosed during his trial in 1992. Two forensic psychiatrists said he had borderline personality disorder, schizotypal personality disorder, and a paraphilic disorder, necrophilia. Even with all of that, the court decided he still knew right from wrong, so he was found legally sane. John Wayne Gacy, the killer clown, was evaluated before his trial. Psychiatrists said he met the criteria for antisocial personality disorder. This means he regularly ignored other people's rights, was manipulative, and didn't feel remorse. This diagnosis is very common in violent offenders. When Dennis Rader was caught in 2005, he had a full psychological evaluation. He was diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder, obsessive compulsive traits. He needed control, attention, and liked everything to be perfect and planned out. Like most others on this list, he was also ruled legally sane. David Berkowitz originally said a demon possessed dog told him to kill, which led to him being diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia. He had hallucinations and paranoid thinking at the time. Later on, after medication and treatment, doctors said he was stable enough to stand trial. He talked openly about schizophrenia while in prison. Ted Bundy is interesting because he had actually never received one specific DSM diagnosis. But several forensic experts said he showed traits of antisocial personality disorder and classic psychopathy, like being charming on the outside but completely lacking empathy in the inside. So while there wasn't an official label, this view is supported by academic research. After his arrest in 1957, Ed Gein was diagnosed with schizophrenia, which led him to be announced as mentally unfit to stand trial. Like David Berkowitz, Gein saw hallucinations and heard voices, but 11 years later, he was found not guilty by reason of insanity. Now let's reveal the answers. Jeffrey Dahmer is diagnosed with three disorders: borderline personality disorder, schizotypal personality disorder, and necrophilia. John Wayne Gacy was diagnosed with antisocial personality disorder. Dennis Rader was diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder and obsessive compulsive disorder. David Berkowitz was diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia. Ted Bundy has no official diagnosis, but he did show symptoms of psychopathic traits and antisocial personality disorder traits. And finally, Ed Gein was diagnosed with schizophrenia. Two biblical themes that go along with the topic of serial killers and personality disorders are humans are relational and humans are broken and need redemption. Poor relationships with others are usually involved with the diagnoses like borderline and antisocial disorders, showing how these individuals aren't contributing to a healthy community, but they are still people, and although what they did was wrong, they just have the ability to receive help, which may help them start to head in the right direction.